Thank you, Ufeli, for joining us. Now, thank you very much. Now, what's your take on the establishment of these regional security outfits in tackling challenges facing the nation at the moment?
Yeah, the establishment of the regional security outfit is as a result of the near collapse of the security architecture of the Nigerian state. It is self-evident that insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, robbery, and armed robbery have risen as a result of the weak security architecture of the Nigerian states. And given the fact that the country is a pluralistic one where you have different regions with diverse languages and cultural differences, the need for these security outfits have become apparent. First, this is the first time that Nigerians are being given the opportunity to contribute in their locality in the issues of security. You see, what we have before now is where the federal government controls the police force, and then the policemen are recruited and sent to areas where they don't understand the terrain, where they cannot really function. A policeman that was born and raised in Kano is transferred to come and police a community in Lagos. Now, we've had that for a long time. And now, given the fact that insecurity is increasing in Nigeria, the force of criminality has grown high, there is a need for the citizens or the community people to be involved in security. I know that the way they set out about it initially was not very appropriate, but now they have taken the appropriate steps to enact laws in the various regions for the purposes and the function of those outfits.
Okay, now you said the way they went about it initially wasn't okay. Now, do you think that this trend should be encouraged, because some analysts have opined that the state of affairs will climax in chaos? What do you think?
No, it will not climax in chaos as long as the operations are well defined. If you look at Section 214 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it defines the role of the police in the Nigerian states. And then it is clearly stated that the function of the police is for protection of lives and properties. If you look at Section 217 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, it clearly states the position of the armed forces, the soldiers, how their function is to wage against external aggression. Now, the Amoteku function, which is a state function, state security function, is taking a dimension of intelligence gathering, for which is going to become an appendage of the federal police, so that there will be cohesion and they will work in uniform with the police. So long as the operation is defined, so long as the boundaries are defined, and then conflicts are highly reprimanded. Where conflict arises, there's a proper legal system that will punish offenders who will create problem in the process. Then we can have that structure. We cannot throw away the baby and the bathwater. Say because there's a likelihood of clash or there's a likelihood of confusion in the future. Therefore, we should allow the security situation of the country to remain the way it is, when we know that we do not have a competent security arrangement in the country. So what we have today is the intelligence gathering. So the Amoteku, and coupled with all other regional security outfits, they are going to be providing intelligence. And what the function is preventive crime, so that when the police is way ahead of the criminal, it will be easy to intercept their movement.
Okay,
that is what the function is.
Following this move, now the eastern region is also proposing an outfit, a security outfit. Do you think that this is a laudable move? What's your take?
Yes, because there's general breakdown of security situation in the Nigerian state. I mean, every region should be thinking towards this direction. Because, and then you know why we're all thinking towards this direction? Because in 2018, remember July 2018, the National Assembly had an opportunity to vote for devolution of powers so that every state can begin to have their own management process. and then contribute to the center. As long as we fail in that, most of the members of the National Assembly voted against devolution of power. And having voted against devolution of power, what it then means is that now that the insecurity issue is hitting us very hard, we are opting for federalism at that level. Even though we failed to vote for federalism at the National Assembly so that the states can have powers to manage their own resources and define their own police force and define their own security. Now we are going through the back door because we have to pull out this issue of security and get it right.
Okay, sir, what's your proposed way forward? Of course, could this also lead to the restructuring of the country they're talking about?
Yes, if we succeed in the Amotekwu arrangement and the other regional security outfit, by the time we succeed in that arrangement, it will become an opportunity for us to begin to discuss other areas. It's not just security. It will become an opportunity for us to begin to discuss education. How can we also regionally come together and define educational blueprint? How can we also come together to define a proper agricultural blueprint? That is how we're going to be taking the issues one after the other until we're able to get to true federalism. Because we have some adamant senators that we have sent to Abuja who have refused to listen to the yearnings and aspirations of the people. Then the people will therefore use the back door to take on the issues one after the other. And while they take the issues one after the other and they succeed, at the end of the day, even if we don't have it clearly spelled out in the Constitution that we operate through federalism, we would have taken the basic and proper issues and developed them and then have a proper country for where we can have a future.
Okay, that's the much we can take now, Mr. Ufeli. Thank you so much for joining us on World News on Lava Plus. Thank you.